So I want to talk about something that has really transformed the way I deal with life's challenges. And that is focusing on God and not your problems. I know what you're thinking. Easier said than done, right? And you're not wrong. But let's take a moment to simplify things. When I first started my walk with Christ, I overcomplicated everything. I was searching for hidden, magical truth, overanalyzing the simplest verses. But here's the thing. The truth is simple. It's so simple that even a child can understand it. And Jesus actually said that unless we become like children, we won't enter the kingdom of heaven. When we get older, we tend to complicate things. We think we know more, and I'm guilty of that too. But when you humble yourself and accept that the gospel is simple, you find peace in trusting God. Now here's where it gets real. Jesus never said life would be easy just because we follow him. In fact, he said the opposite. Life comes with the challenges, and this world is fallen. But Jesus promised us something important. If we focus on him, he will give us peace, joy, and direction. Think about it. When we focus on our problems, anxiety, depression, fear, we make them worse. We try to fight them with our own strength, and that only adds to our stress. We get anxious about being anxious. We stress about our stresses. We even distract ourselves from our depression, but that doesn't fix anything. Instead, just for a few minutes a day, forget about all of it. Focus on Jesus. Focus on who he is and his promises. Be in awe of him. Remind yourself that God is bigger than anything you are facing right now. He's above it all because he has already overcome the world.
The world will make you suffer, but be brave. I have defeated the world.
Now let's get practical. Focusing on God doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities or not wanting good things in life. It doesn't mean you can't want that new car, that home, or be financially stable. Focusing on God is about living through his strength. He will calm your soul and give you the direction to handle your life situations. If you're feeling like you can't break through, like you've been trying to push through the same problems for years after years after years, maybe it's because you've been relying on your own strength. You don't have to do it alone. Bring it all to him. Work through it with him. Focusing on God instead of your problems isn't about avoiding life's challenges. It's about trusting God's strength to get through them. Life will always be difficult, but when we fix our eyes on Jesus, we find the peace and clarity we need to face our battles. God's promises are simple yet profound. He is greater than anything we are facing, and he has already overcome the world. So take time to refocus. Surrender your worries to God. Surrender your need to control everything, and allow him to guide you through every trial. You don't have to face it all by yourself anymore. Now here's the truth we often overlook. Not only does God love you, but he likes you. You're not just some ball of problems that he's obligated to fix. God genuinely likes who you are. Now some of you might be thinking, but I've done horrible things. I keep messing up. How could God possibly like me? Let's take a moment to remember the story of the prodigal son. We are the prodigal son. No matter how many times we stray, God runs out to us with open arms the moment we decide to come back. Wow. His love is unconditional, and that means nothing you can do. That means nothing you do can make him love you more or less. Unconditional love. It's such a powerful concept, but do we really understand it? God's love doesn't change based on what you've done. It doesn't fluctuate with your behavior. 1 John 4:16 tells us, God is love, and whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. That means his love is constant. What's even more amazing is that God doesn't just tolerate you, he enjoys your presence, just like any loving parent enjoys being around their child. This is the type of love he offers to all of us, and it's not going anywhere. He loves you so much that he chooses to never leave your side. Now I know for me, when I started my walk with Christ, I knew God loved the world, but I struggle with believing he loved me personally. Maybe some of you feel the same way. You might think, yeah, sure, God loves the world, but I'm not worthy of that kind of love. But that's the sad part. So many of us walk around feeling like we're not worthy of love. Yet, God's love is not based on your worthiness. It's based on who he is. It's not about deserving it. God's love is something he freely gives. And it's what we are all truly looking for in life. We're all looking for it. That love, that unconditional love. All of us desire it. Everything comes down to love. Either giving it or searching for it. How are you searching for love? One of God's greatest demonstrations of love for you is through Jesus Christ. I want you to imagine being in God's shoes as a parent. Imagine having a child and being forced to give them up. Not only that, but you also have to watch as people mock, torture, and eventually kill your innocent child. Think about that. Picture your child going through what Christ went through for us. That's what God did for you. John 15:13 says, "Greater love has no one than this, that someone laid down his life for his friends." Jesus died for you. That's the ultimate demonstration of love. He sacrificed himself so that we could live forever. Wow. So when we look at the Bible as a whole, it's the greatest love story ever told, and it's about you. Every page, every story points to how much God loves you. But here's where the world gets it wrong. True love, real love, is not just a feeling. It's so much more. The world teaches us that love is all about emotion. But real love is action. It's commitment and truth. 1 Corinthians 13:4-8 tells us, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it keeps no record of wrongs." That's the kind of love God has for you. It's a love that never gives up on you, no matter what. It's a love that lasts forever. So how can we dwell in this incredible love? It's actually simple. Find time every day to sit with God. Don't let doubt convince you that He's not with you. Let go of the worries, the fears, and the world for just a moment. Sit in His presence and remind yourself of how much He loves you. Sometimes accepting love can be hard. We might feel unworthy. But remember this: God's love is not something you earn. It's something you receive. Open your heart to it. Let it in. Because once you connect your heart to God's heart, true transformation begins. If there is one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that God's love is real. It's personal. It's unconditional. He doesn't love you because He has to. He loves you because He wants to. No matter how distant or undeserving you feel, His love is always there, waiting for you to accept it. Life will still have its ups and downs, but knowing that God's love is unshakable changes everything. He's not just watching from afar. Guess what? He's right beside you, walking with you through every single challenge. All you have to do is let Him in. Yeah, thank you for watching. If this message touched your heart, go ahead and leave a like, comment if you want, or subscribe. It's up to you. Share this with someone who needs a reminder of how deeply God loves them. Alright, so until next time, stay blessed.